Hello and welcome. Today, we're digging into a really powerful idea. What if the best medicine isn't a pill, but is actually just more time? We're going to explore a new way of thinking about healthcare that pushes back against that rushed, impersonal system so many of us, especially women, know all too well. Okay, let's just start with this question, because I have a feeling it's gonna hit home for a lot of you. You know the drill, right? You wait forever for an appointment, you've got your mental list of things to talk about, and then bam, you're in and out before you feel like you've even gotten to the real issue. It doesn't feel like a consultation, it feels more like you're on a conveyor belt. And that feeling, it's not just in your head, it's real. A major study in the British Medical Journal looked at over 10,000 patient visits. And you know what they found? The average appointment time was just 8 minutes. 8. Think about that. 8 minutes to explain your whole story, your symptoms, and figure out what to do next. It's no wonder so many of us walk out feeling completely unheard. And that leads us right into our first big idea, what we're calling the 15-minute squeeze. It's the reality of our modern healthcare system, really. It's all built for speed and efficiency, for getting as many people through the door as possible. But that efficiency often comes at a huge cost. The cost of truly understanding what's going on with a patient. This quote from certified nurse-midwife Anna Fernandez just hits the nail on the head. The system is designed to check boxes and triage symptoms, but it completely misses the bigger picture. And that one simple question, where are you in your life right now? That question can unlock everything. But you can't ask it, let alone answer it in just a few minutes. So, if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it brings us to this growing movement with a really simple but powerful name, slow medicine. Now, slow medicine isn't about being inefficient or wasting time. It's about being effective. It's a complete shift in philosophy, moving away from that high-volume, surface-level care, and instead building a model that gives practitioners the time to understand the whole person. You know, their life, their stress, their goals, all of it, before even thinking about a treatment plan. And this comparison just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the standard model, short appointments, laser focused on symptoms, with the main goal of just getting people through the system. But on the other side, you have slow medicine. We're talking extended time, a focus on context, and a goal of enabling the patient. It's a total game changer. And this is where it gets really powerful, when practitioners have more tools in their toolkit. So Fernandez, for example, isn't just a certified nurse-midwife, she's also a clinical herbalist. That means she can blend different approaches. She can absolutely use traditional Western medicine when it's needed, but she can also bring in diet, lifestyle changes, and herbal protocols to create a plan that's truly personalized. Okay, so why is this approach, this gift of time, so incredibly critical when it comes to women's health? Well, it really boils down to a fundamental biological truth.
This is such a huge point. Female biology isn't linear. It runs on cycles. You have the monthly menstrual cycle and then the larger cycles of life, like perimenopause and menopause. But our world, our work schedules, our stress levels, and our healthcare system, it's all built on a straight line. And that creates this massive mismatch.
And these cycles, they're about so much more than just reproduction. I mean, look at this. Fluctuating hormones like estrogen and progesterone directly influence neurotransmitter activity in your brain, how your immune system works, inflammation, even things like memory and how you process information. It's a whole body system, and it's constantly changing. Let's make this super practical. Say a patient comes in and says, "I'm exhausted." Well, that fatigue means one thing if it's showing up consistently in the second half of her menstrual cycle, the luteal phase. But it means something completely different if she's in her mid-40s and feeling that way all the time. The context of the cycle changes everything. Without that piece of the puzzle, you're just guessing. All right, this all sounds really good in theory, right? It makes sense. But does it actually lead to better health outcomes? Let's look at the data, because the evidence is pretty compelling. One of the best pieces of evidence we have comes from what's called a Cochrane review, which is basically the gold standard in medical research. This review looked at midwife-led continuity of care, a model that is the definition of slow medicine, building a consistent, long-term relationship with one trusted provider. And we're not talking about some small niche study here. The review pulled together data from more than 17,000 women. That's a huge sample size, which means the findings are incredibly reliable and really, really hard to ignore. So, what do they find? The results are just fantastic. Women who had this kind of continuous midwife-led care had fewer medical interventions, were more likely to give birth spontaneously, and, this is a big one, reported way higher satisfaction with their care. And get this, all of that happened with zero increase in negative outcomes for the mom or the baby. So a better experience and better results. It's a win-win.
And it goes beyond just midwifery. Remember that British Medical Journal study from the beginning? One of their other key findings is visualized right here. They found a direct, straight-line connection between how long a consultation was and what they call patient enablement, which is just a fancy way of saying how capable and confident patients felt to manage their own health. So quite literally, more time with your doctor empowers you.
Okay, so the evidence is solid, the logic is sound. But the million-dollar question is, how do you find this kind of care for yourself? How do you find an advocate in a system that so often feels like it's working against you? Well, here are a few practical things you can look for. First, find someone who prioritizes listening, someone who asks about your goals in life, not just the symptoms on a checklist. Second, look for the practical stuff. Do they offer longer appointments? Third, are they willing to talk about the whole picture? Diet, stress, lifestyle? And finally, do they seem fluent in a range of options, both conventional and complementary, so they can find what works for you? And this really gets to the heart of it all. The real goal here is to go from being a passive patient, someone things happen to being an active participant in your own health journey. And that whole massive shift, it can start in a single appointment. The one where someone finally asks you the right question and then actually has the time to wait for the answer. So we'll leave you with this to think about. What if your health journey, what if all of our health journeys started not with a race against the clock, but with a real conversation? What could change? It's a powerful question, and one the slow medicine movement is pushing us all to start asking.
I stopped trying to find a doctor who would listen, and I did this instead. For years, I was doing everything right. Eating clean, exercising, getting 8 hours of sleep, but I was still exhausted. I had constant brain fog, and my hormones felt completely out of whack. Every doctor told me my labs were normal, and it was probably just stress. I was about to give up until I found Holistic Health. It's a free AI wellness tool trained by functional medicine experts. I spent 5 minutes answering questions about everything: my symptoms, my sleep, my digestion, and it built me this. And this was the light bulb moment. It didn't just give me a list of problems, it connected the dots. It showed me how my gut health was likely impacting my hormones and how that was causing the fatigue and the brain fog. It even gave me a clear list of potential root causes, supplements to research, and even the specific lab tests to ask for. Its tip is secure. Over 77,000 people have used it, and it's 100% free to get your blueprint. If you feel like you're not being heard, start here. Understand your body first and then decide your next step.